Renaissance, bridging theory with everyday practice. Private tuition is no longer a niche service on the edge of education. It is a mainstream part of how families respond when they feel learning is not secure. Sutton Trust found that 30% of 11 to 16-year-olds in England have had some form of private tutoring, and in London that rises up to 46%. So the question for tuition centres is not whether there is a demand. The question is whether that demand is being met with enough precision to produce real progress. The most common weakness in tuition centres is not effort, it's imprecision. Students arrive with gaps, but many centres do not diagnose those gaps sharply enough. They give students more questions, more worksheets, more lesson time, and hope repetition will solve the problem. But practice only helps when it is aimed at the right thing. If the misconceptions have not been identified, the student is not improving. They're rehearsing error. That is why so many students can attend tuition for months and still remain fragile in the basics. They've been kept busy, but they have not been taught with enough accuracy. The evidence points in a different direction. The EEF's guidance on one-to-one tuition is very clear. Tuition is most effective when it is targeted at pupils with specific needs, explicitly linked to normal teaching and monitored closely. On average, one-to-one tuition adds about 5 months of progress, but that effect depends on the precision. This is not an argument for more tuition, it's an argument for better tuition. So what does that look like in practice? It means every student should begin with a real baseline, not a vague impression. A tutor should be able to say with accuracy where the breakdowns sit. Is it vocabulary? Is it number fluency? Is it scientific knowledge? Is it written expression? What exactly is weak? And what prior knowledge is missing that makes this topic difficult? Once that is clear, the lesson changes. The model becomes tighter, the explanation becomes shorter, the questioning becomes sharper. The feedback becomes immediate. Now the student is not just doing work, they are being moved through a sequence. There is also another issue. Many tuition centres move students into independent practice too early, either because it looks productive or because it makes the session feel busy. But independent practice without enough explanation and modelling is just unsupervised guessing. Effective tuition should feel highly interactive. The tutor should be shaping, thinking, constantly checking, correcting, and adjusting in real time. That is where gain comes from, and that matters commercially as well as educationally. Parents do not stay because a centre is full. They stay because the teaching is specific enough to create visible progress. That is the Renaissance position. Do not sell hours, do not sell worksheets, do not sell activity. Teach precisely enough that progress becomes difficult to miss. Thank you.